Hello and welcome back to Cynthia's Conversation. Today's topic, it's a viewer request. It's from a guy who's been part of his family business, but he does a blog, and he according to the email he sent, that he wants to leave the family business and focus on his blog, but the dad is objective to it and there is a lot of tension in their household, and he's seeking how to make the dad understand that he wants to pursue his blogging career really. So guys, let me introduce my panel. On my left hand I have my left hand I have Yvonne, on my right hand I have so ladies, this is an African guy. The email is a Nigerian, so he's saying that he's been part of the family business as well as doing his personal blog, and he's been doing this blog for years, he said, and he wants to pursue this blog as a career, but the dad wants him to be part of the family business. So now there is this tension in the house, and he feels guilty because it's because of him not being part of the family business. That's why. So who wants to go first?
You go first.
Why should I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I work out for the second. Yeah, go.
Yeah, you will go first.
Okay, so what's the question before I go and dive?
How to make the dad understand that he doesn't want to be part of this. He wants to pursue his own career in blogging.
So one question I want to ask.
Leave
me alone. She's
leave copy pick.
One thing, it's just that they are not here. What was the question again? I can't remember. Maybe.
You see, you focus too much on this blooming shit cup that you've lost. Okay, while you are thinking about the question,
let's it's the thing is, it's quite a difficult. He's in a catch-22 situation. You know,
what does that mean?
He's kind of stuck between
the devil and the
deep blue sea. Because I probably see where the father is coming from. You know, the father has probably invested so much. This is the family business, and he wants to pass it down to his son. You know, I don't know what number he is, whether he's the first or second, or
he
didn't specify that. If he's the only son, then that would be like, for the dad, would really be a big deal, because in his mind, he's built this business because he wants to leave it for him, when, you know, to continue the legacy, you know. So that is the only thing I can say to him is, you probably will have to show your dad that aspect of your blogging. You need to show him examples, because sometimes, because of that thing that the dad has, you understand?
The
expectations are so high, you know. Sometimes they don't realize that they're trying to get their child to live their own life.
Absolutely.
You understand? So the boy, if you've already started blogging, try and get him into your world. Try and show him that part of him so that he will understand what it is you want to do. The good thing is, at least you're doing it part-time, so it's not like you just want to go and leave.
No,
he wants to
live publicly.
At the moment,
he's doing it part-time. That's what I said. That's a good thing that he actually started part-time. Unlike someone who maybe didn't even start and just wants to leave.
Yeah.
Then at least the father will have the argument like, but you know, but at least you've started. So it's more of showing. Sometimes talking will not be it. It's actually showing him, this is what you do, and show him how, you know, show him your audience. Show him the feedback. This is what you're getting and you're good at it. You know. For me, that's what I will have to say to him, because truly and I think showing him is also, he needs to see your passion, because at the end of the day, if you stay, assuming you don't chase your passion and you now stay to run a family business, what's to say that you will not run it down because you don't have the passion in it?
It's not even. I think the problem the father has is, like you said, show him that there's a future in it, because he's probably scared that, okay, yeah, you know how, if you don't explain to the older generation that to him blogging is you're doing video, how are you going to use that video to feed your family? Do you understand? So if you show him that there's a future in it, and really and truly, is there any reason why you can't do both? You
But
know,
he's been doing both.
Okay.
He's been doing both.
Hang on,
based
ladies.
on-
This is it. Sometimes we tend to forget that there is a saying that said you give birth to children, but you don't give them destiny.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe this is his passion.
yeah, that's what I said.
And
the same
whatever
thing.
you are doing, if you don't have passion for whatever you are doing, your chance of succeeding, I would say 50-50.
Yeah, so that's what you're saying. The same.
But
Show your parents.
The
Don't
guys,
just-
I agree with what you said, but what I'm saying is that sometimes I'm guilty of this. I was guilty of this because when I was growing up, when I had my son, I have this expectation because in most African households we have doctor, lawyer, or name it. Anything aside those box, in fact, you are useless. I wanted my son to be a lawyer. When you were small, you used to argue, you used to analyze, you would do better in law. And the first year in uni, he said to me, say, Mom, I genuinely love reading. I love creation reading. I want to do English literature. He was like, no, you can do even as much as a mom, but I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. So, as much as the father wants his son, I know it's difficult to say in an African household because majority of all our parents wanted us to be what they want us to be, and you don't have a say. But now we're in another generation. If he pursue his blogging with his passion, there is nothing stopping him from succeeding.
We're not saying, like
You
said,
go,
and like Abella said, your son at least proved to you that he could do well. If he just says I'm going,
he
and
said, no, it's
show,
not
show,
that he proved. He said, I love.
That doesn't say, but
You
he
know,
explained.
because
He took time to explain
He said,
to you.
Mom, I don't want to
Exactly.
be a lawyer because I don't see myself.
Exactly. You're saying the same thing.
Can I
This
add
guy
some-
should.
can I add
Can I
some-
talk? This guy needs to show his dad. Explain to his dad. It will take time. You have to. Just like your son took time and time again. It won't be easy. But you need to explain to your dad. Explain, and it will be difficult for the dad because the father will probably think, okay, so when he dies now, what's going to happen to which is what his father is probably thinking about. But if you can, like Ebele said, you explain to
Even if the man, if the boy not took over his father's property and the father dropped dead tomorrow, and the boy still run it down to zero because he never put his money.
Can I
No, I agree.
Can I show one part of the coin that is not even in discussion here? Yes, I did say a few minutes ago, I said try and show, and I used the word show. I didn't even use explain, and I'll give you the reason why. In Nigeria, the father, I don't know how old he is. That's going to be a hard thing to do, to explain. When your son came to you to tell you that he genuinely loves,
but also show as well. Yeah,
well, he hasn't showed her. He's explained to her genuinely love, and you had a conversation with him.
Yes.
In this case, a lot of people don't know how to have conversations, especially if there's a generation difference. 1, 2, if there was no exposure like the father, even if you show him, he still doesn't see the sense. And don't forget that a lot of our parents, there's some of them, for them it's a do or die affair. I know people that if you don't do this, I will disown you.
That's what I'm saying.
Then I will disown you. This is not even a case of, this is not a case of...
That's what I'm trying to say.
This is not about... That communication is the problem. He could have told his dad so many times. It's not about
Okay,
talking.
so what are we trying to tell the boy now?
What
was the question in the first place? What should he do?
No, but that's what I answered. I said to him, he has to show his dad the benefits of what he's doing. Show him what he's doing. Show him the audience, the feedback. If possible, find somebody, maybe an example of somebody like who has been successful. Use that as an example to make the dad understand. Because sometimes you can tell the parents, they still don't know what you're talking about. You understand?
Or if the man is adamant to say lie, you know.
Okay, I'll give you an example. There's an interview I watched of 2 Nigerian superstars. Now, one is a rugby player, one is a musician. The musician was interviewing the rugby player that, man, you must have gotten easy. You know, how did it, as a Nigerian, these are young boys, how did it, one plays for England and one musician, how did you, he said, that he went to tell his parents, as a parent, like to know, I think his mother's probably said, that he wants to play rugby. It took years, until, like you said, let me finish, you saw that, do you understand? They're like, no, we're sending you to school. A lot of people, just like how football, in those days when they are playing football, over their dead body. Do you understand? And because they know black people, it's either you're playing football or you're playing basketball. It took me a long time to explain show, like you said, it took a long time, showed that he was doing success. So the artist, the singer, he's a rapper, I was like, yeah, so that is until somebody, like you said, some friend, but I saw your son. Say, yeah, so that's my, did you see? You know, that kind of thing. So it takes a while. Because we and truly we think we want the best. Because really and truly, it's difficult. And as a black person, to be a blogger, you have to be the best. And what we worry as parents is that, you know, to us, we think we're giving the best. Yes, who doesn't want, even, it doesn't necessarily as a black person. We want you to have something to fall back on. So if he completely gives up on supposing, for some odd reason, his blogging doesn't work. Yes, and I let you pursue your passion, and then I give out the family business to somebody else. You don't have anything to fall back on. So as a parent, we tend to worry. We want our children to have the best. Yes, you pursue your passion. So this guy is now one of the best rugby players in the UK. This artist, he said that yours is even lucky. My singer, all they know is tattoo, drugs, but he had to prove to his parents.
And that's a constant.
Do you understand? He had to prove
to his
and this guy. Do you understand? So it is, and this is somebody. Yes, his parents were like, God forbid.
As much as we can sit here and say, like, I go back to the point that I'm making. You give birth to children. We are not supposed to give destiny.
We don't give destiny, but we want the best for them. So
everyone
we'll guide them.
Everyone do.
We'll guide them.
But the things that you love doing, you will put 210% in that. But something that you are forced to do because you want to please your parents, it's not the same thing. It doesn't mean you can as well have, what I'm saying is, the dad can as well have someone who will run that family business successfully, while the boy will stay focused on what he wants to do.
Let me interject here.
Did you listen to what I just said?
What you're saying is aimed to the father.
Exactly. So
not to the boy.
We're talking to the boy now.
To the boy.
We're not talking to the dad.
Because he needs help talking to the dad.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we're trying to tell him.
And that's the problem. We know that.
Exactly.
He knows that.
Exactly.
But the problem is our parents, like I said,
it's not just a parent.
See, our parent, that is a generation thing. It's a generation
thing. Necessary, because even there are people in our generation.
I know.
So it's the parent. As parents, we think it's like want to protect us. So we think, oh my God, why do you want to be a musician? Are you going to succeed? We don't want you to do that. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying?
I've accepted
he should, if he proves to his parents, show them that he can. That's exactly.
We're all saying the same thing. I'm not going into the general. I'm talking about this boy in a Nigerian family. In Nigeria, I'm focusing on that part. I'm not focusing on generally as parents, expectations and all. We all are guilty of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. What I'm focusing on now is he is a Nigerian in Nigeria with a father. Yeah, that's what she said. That's why I keep focusing on that, and I'm not going out of that box. We're not talking about other people and how people are doing it. In Nigeria, till today, it's still one of those unspoken rules that this is your business, and from day one, it's grilled to you that you're taking over. It's a lot for him. Even he can talk from today to tomorrow. That job is still waiting for him. So like I said, he's already started the blogging, which is what I said. He had done the first step.
Yeah.
Taking that first step to do. He now needs to bring the dad into that world to show him. And if that doesn't work, then, because there are two reactions to it. You either go the easy way or you go the hard way. There are people I know that even after trying to, they were like, you know what?
Sod it.
I'm going my own. And they've not spoken in years, and then maybe years later, they now meet and forgiveness and all that. Some people, even on their deathbed, refuse. So what I'm saying is,
but you said there was already tension, so you must have told his dad.
That's what he said. He said the tension is now.
But has he told his? He's already told his dad.
Yes,
the tension. So like
that
so now
means the dad have refused it.
That's the point.
And so then now you can now start, like you said, bring depending on how he told his dad. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like you rightly said, try and bring the dad in, and if all else fails, see if you can maybe bring aunties or cause try and show. Look, like I said, he's told that we don't know how he told his dad. Maybe he just came and told us that you young children, I want to leave. I want to go and do blogging. Father said, "What's blogging?"
The reason why the boy said he's worrying is because the matter have now causing tension between the mom and the dad. Maybe the mom is taking the boy's side, or the father is blaming the boy.
There's also a big we don't have that information. Is he the only child? Is he the only boy?
No,
but I mean,
maybe that's the only one. Maybe that's the only one.
It might even make it even harder. That is, it now takes it one step.
It might be the only one that even went to school out of all of them. You never know. They might have other siblings. You know the song, people have favorite. Maybe that's their father's favorite child. That's this is my child. This is my picket. This is what I'll take. All of you are used. Do you understand? So you never know. But whether he's the only one or whether from the one that I had on my own
the thing is, why I'm still emphasizing on whether he's the only child or maybe he's the only boy, it's if he now decides, sod it, I'm going, it lessens the blow, because at least we can now raise the other one to take the. You get what I'm trying to say? It's not because if he's the only child, who is he going to give? Because that's a big.
Even if he's not the only child, it's his mother. Supposing he says, even if he's not the only child, and maybe he's, do you understand? I say something and go. The reason, like you said, he's worried that there's tension.
It's the mom.
He's probably scared that, if I sort it and go, even if he's not the only child, the mother is probably going to get the money, which we women probably do. She'll get the brunt. And then you're picking. You're the one that's supporting him. When I said he shouldn't go to this place. You know how it is. But like I said, he needs to show his dad, bring his dad in. If his dad is still resilient, he needs to try. Bring outside help. Find. I'm sure there'll be one. And
then if that doesn't happen,
I am.
If that doesn't happen, then at the end of the day, I think it depends on how far you really want to go.
Exactly.
You will have to do what you need to do. If it fails,
to me,
if it doesn't fail,
life is too short.
Yeah.
So please, everybody, this is me. And please, guys, don't judge me for this. This is my personal opinion. Life is too short to live someone else's dream. That's the way I will put it. If you think this is your passion, this is what you want to do, you will do everything to make them understand that this is what you want. And if all that fails, when I mean all that fails, pack it up and go. If you are succeeded, because African parents, they like kitchen, they like money. If you becomes in the face of every board in Nigeria, it will come back. But if you fail, having in mind that the day you show up in his gate, you go carry a class. That's
let's give an example of Gina Yashirina.
You're actually saying that. I tell you, there are some hardcore, even with the money, they still won't.
They won't take it.
It's about principle for them.
Let's talk about Gina Yashirina. She was a civil engineer. You want to be a clown. God forbid.
No, even Melisande said it. There was one time she was.
No, we're talking about this was Nigeria. I'm talking about someone as in Nigeria. We're talking about Nigerians here. What's that? And she uses it as a joke.
Yeah.
That's because she was an engineer. She was a civil engineer. She actually worked as a civil engineer. She was only female engineering then when she was working. She had an amazing job, and she said, "No, that was not passion." I read that they abuse that, but now that you don't. But the thing is as well, people like that, as they're making it, they don't be rude to your parents, because she said when she decided she was going and they said no and she still went, she put herself down. Yeah, she did not isolate her parents because they will always be your parents. She was still, like you said, she tried to reach out and brought, she always brought them. show them, try and bring them into our world. Even though they didn't understand, they hated it, they abused her. So last she invited her mother, okay, please, at least come and see one of my shows. 5 years after how many years, her mother came and she called her mother out to the audience. Her mother was very happy. Do you understand? So that's the thing. Yes, you can leave, but try, don't alienate them.
Yeah.
They will yap you, they will hurt. And that's how life is.
They might not even speak to you, but just keep reaching out.
Reaching out.
If it comes to the point that you have to, because that's, you see, for me, my focus on this particular topic is the fact that it's the environment where he is. And the situation.
Yeah.
But, as it, like I said, when I was also talking about the fact about single, I can see the father going, my only child. Am I now going to teach an outsider to run what I have built for you? Yeah. I'm talking in his head. That's how he'll be thinking. That's his thoughts.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong is beside the point. This is what he's thinking. So it's a very, very difficult one, and I know it's a love hate. That's why I said it's a catch-22, because you want to do something you like, but then you're disowning. You're having to disown your parents.
But see, their way to please your parents to be successful as. So when you go into this blog, if you're going to tweet, you better work your damn ass out and be successful and prove yourself. Yeah. That's the only way to prove to your parents that you really know what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. I hope we are able to every little help, able to help you in a way to talk to your father. But I hope it works out. And I would really love to see your blogging. I would want to see a clip of it. So until then, next time, bye.